So, today I'm going to review or give my thoughts on the TV show Arrow, based on the comic book Green Arrow. Arrow is the story of Oliver Queen and saving his home, Starling City, or Star City in the comics. The show is based upon characters published in DC Comics. So, Arrow is in its second season right now, so I might be a little late in giving my thoughts on this, but I figured I'd do it now instead of later. So I'm going to basically give my thoughts on some of the characters and what I thought of the season so far. So the premiere of the show, Oliver Queen returns to Star City after being stranded on an island for 5 years. Lost. And this season he focuses on righting the wrongs of his father and trying to make Starling City a better place by becoming the Green Arrow, aka Batman Begins, if you want to make a reference to something. There's a lot of change from the comic book to the show, which I don't mind actually, because it actually works. Because in the comic books, Oliver does not have a mother or sister. His family's dead. When he comes back from the island, he's by himself. Yeah, he has no family in the comics. But if we did that in the show, it would be like Batman with arrows. So, that kind of change, I actually agree with. So some of my favorite characters on the show include Felicity Smoke. She's like a hot librarian type chick who basically becomes the oracle of the series. I mean, this girl is smoking hot. I mean, oh my god. Think of Skye from that stupid S.H.I.E.L.D. show, but 10 times hotter, with a better body and fat butt. Just want to squeeze it. In a way, I kind of compared it to Chloe Sullivan from Smallville at first, but she's way better than Chloe ever was. I mean, after a while, the writers didn't know what the hell to do with Chloe, so I give props to the writers for this show. They actually know what the hell they're doing with this character. She has this constant love thing going on with Oliver. It goes from being a crush to something else as the series goes on. Next we have John Diggle, who's basically nothing more than a black version of Alfred. I mean, he's got everything down from military training to trying to keep Oliver from crossing that line between hero and vigilante. That's basically his role. And he's a driver, so there you go. Thea and Moira Queen, mom and sister respectively, have been added to the show for, more drama and giving the regular people that don't read comic books for whatever reason someone to relate to. And it helps for the dynamic, like for instance, I have a young sister, and Oliver has sisters, so the one time in season 2, my sister got out of trouble and was like, they have my sister. There's no other option. But yeah, I can relate to that, I guess. I'm not saying I'm going to throw on a freaking hood and bow and arrow and go killing people, but I can relate. Some people don't really like the Thea character. I can see why. In season 1, she was really annoying. I mean, if she didn't get with Roy, or whatever, if those two didn't start connecting, I would have said, just kill this chick off because she's useless. But in this season right now, I think she's developed into more of a mature character, and I have to admit, even though she's not always consistent or whatever, that's the writers, whatever they're doing. She's kind of a likable character, kind of. nothing compared to Laurel. Or Dinah Laurel Lance, who's supposed to be Black Canary, but in this series she's not. And she's never going to be, trust me. Speaking of Laurel, man, season 1 I actually kind of liked her, but she's really already gotten to that Lana Lang stage of her character development to the point where she's this way 1 episode and 2 episodes later she's crying over something that happened like 3 months ago or something. It's like, make your mind, kid. Jeez. And her father's basically evolved into a Commissioner Gordon type character, and I can't say I didn't see that coming because the show is so much like Batman's ridiculous, but doesn't mean I don't like it. It's pretty good for a Green Arrow show. I mean, I had my suspicions about what they were going to do with the show. I mean, Green Arrow? Really? Come on. I was honestly hoping they would do a Nightwing show or something, showing like Richard Grayson and his training and whatnot, from Revolution to Robin to Nightwing, but I guess this works. Moira Queen, oh my gosh, that one is insane. In the first episode, I mean, for no Chick Ellen I knew the something wrong with this woman. I'm like, okay, this chick is crazy. She arranges for her freaking son to be abducted by a bunch of masked dudes, and just so she could find out what the kid knows about the island or whatever. And right away I knew this lady was going to be a villain or something, of some sort. And what do you know? She ended up plotting to destroy the whole freaking city. Next we have Tommy Merlin, who I believe in the comic books becomes Dark Archer, but in this series they have a little twist on this, and his dad, Malcolm Merlin, becomes Dark Archer, and he's the main villain for the first season. If you want something to compare it to, think of Spider-Man 2. That's all I'm going to say on that. And Tommy had an interesting evolution throughout the first season, and I really started to like him a lot. I always liked Tom. I mean, his whole character is cool. By another damn season, they killed him off. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so steamed, and I still am. I'm like, how are you just gonna kill Tommy off? And by the end of the season, it looked like he was ready to become the next Dark Archer. I'm like, damn writers. Jeez. I applaud them for doing an unexpected thing. I mean, of course it would have been almost poetic to just have him become the next Green Goblin / Archer, you know. But it would have been cool, since he knew his identity and everything, to like plot against Oliver and find ways to take him down. But oh well, I'm not writing the show, so I can't really say. There's always a chance he can come back. I mean, it's a comic book show, so anything's possible. And of course now we're getting into the whole adding the League of Assassins to the story plots for season 2, so the latter's bit is always a possibility. Another new character for the show, or one of the new characters, Roy Harper. In the comics, he is Red Arrow / Speedy / Arsenal. He's Robin, and then Nightwing. Although he's nowhere near as corny as Robin was back in the day. I admit, I was a little skeptical about his introduction. I didn't know what they were going to do with him. Like, oh god, what did you... First I was like, okay, Arrow does not need a psychic, so let's just drop this there, but they did a pretty good job with him, I have to admit. I mean, I love the way he was introduced, stealing What's-His-Face's purse. I'm like, that sucker. Just because, I don't know, give a crap about the She's alright. She's not special, honestly. Neither's Laurel, for that matter. People keep saying, oh, she's gonna become a Black Canary. Like, no, she's not. All the crap we're doing with her in this show right now. Are you kidding me? She can't fight. There's nothing significant about her to make her evolve into the Black Canary. Her sister, on the other hand, she's bigger, kick ass. I'm looking at her, I'm like, oh my gosh. So, kudos to Sarah, and I want to see more of her. I want to see the Huntress come back for more team-ups. Is it good? As a hero this time. Heroine, whatever. Because I don't even like them making her a villainess. For those like 2 episodes that she was in season 1 or so. Like, that kind of annoyed me. I'm like, why is the Huntress bad? Anyway, back to Roy. For those of you not familiar with the character, he's more of a serious sidekick than Robin is in the Batman universe. I mean, he's got a lot more anger inside of him as far as my opinion goes. I don't remember reading that many comics with him, but I watched him in Injustice, and there's a pretty big difference between him and Robin. Of course, there's been like 5 Robins over the past decade, if we don't count New 52, which I don't. So as the series goes on, I hope that Roy becomes some variation of Red Arrow, preferably with that actual name. They always, on these shows, they always go with some stupid version of the hero. Instead of calling him their comic book name, like Snow, they had Blur or whatever they called him. And the Green Arrow, they call him the Hood and the Vigilante. You guys can come up with anything more creative than that? Pieces of crap. It's so annoying, you know? I mean, the show's called Arrow. Call the freaker Arrow already. My god. It's not that hard. I think I covered all the characters. The main plot for season 1 was the undertaking. It involved Moira Queen, Malcolm Merlyn, Robert Queen, I think, and some other dude that died in season 1 at the hands of Dark Archer. Undertaking was basically the plot that destroys Star City. And we see at the end of season 1 that Oliver failed to save the city. And at the start of season 2, which I will review later on as the series goes forward, in a summary type thing. I'm not going to do one episode at a time. It's freaking boring and waste of time. And we see at the start of season 2 that Oliver actually goes back to the island because he's like, you know, when I failed the city, why would I stay here? I actually apologized for that. Like, yeah, it makes sense. I wouldn't stay either. I would just let down an entire population of people, and my best friend died. There's no reason to stay. AKA Clark and Smallville season 2. Season 2 finale, or cliffhanger, whatever you want to call it. Riding on his bike to Metropolis. Favorite episode, by the way. That one scene alone just like summarizes what my goal, part of my goal in life is actually. To leave and never return. So as far as team-ups go, we've seen Huntress in season 1 and Black Canary in season 2. And much to people's disappointment, it's not Laurel, thank goodness. As much as I want it to be her, I can't see it. I just can't see it. This character is not ready to become Black Canary, or nor will she ever be, unless the writers get their panties out of their asses and get something going. Well, I have to say the choreography for her fighting has definitely improved from season 1. I like that this whole season 2 is called City of Heroes, which I like. It basically sets up the whole rest of the series, I think, for more cameos and whatnot, more DC characters coming to light, being brought to small TV screen, or whatever kind of TV you got. Some people want Nightwing to show up, where I'm like, no. cool as that would be, I don't think he would fit in this universe. I'm sure they're both kind of similar, I guess, but Nightwing is his own thing. He protects Bloodhaven. There's no reason for him to come to Star City. I mean, if we bring Nightwing in, might as well bring the whole Bat family while we're at it. And there's already too many similarities between this Arrow universe and the Batman universe. Not that I didn't see that coming. I mean, honestly, if you're gonna give Arrow a freaking family, yeah, like I explained earlier, if he didn't have his family on the show, he'd beat Batman with arrows, and no one wants to see that. So Dinah, like I was saying before, not really a fan of her character. Writers really need to get their act together and figure out what they want to do with her. Either that or just write off the script completely, because she's going down that Lana Lang road that in Smallville got on my last nerve. We just kept doing the same thing over and over again with Clark and Lana. Like, Lana was Clark's high school crush. His future girl is Lois Lane. That's his Mary Jane. That's the one he's supposed to be with. Dinah's the one that Arlo is supposed to be with. So, why do you guys keep having her go through all these stupid changes or whatever? Well, you guys clearly don't know what you're doing. So, get your act together. Do something significant with this character. Alright? Jeez. I mean, the most I actually liked when she was with Tommy, but Tommy's gone now. So, get it together, people. I'm sorry, just prefer she stay as she is. Well, not stay as she is, but she just needs more work, and I don't blame the actress. She does a phenomenal job of acting. The whole cast is amazing. So shout out to all you guys out there. The cast is great, but the writers, I just hope this show does not go down the same trap that Heroes went down when they had that stupid writer strike, and the whole series suffered because of it. And some other concerns, some people think that season 2 is going to have that whole sophomore curse or whatever. No. After the finale from season 1 left me breathless, almost like that season 5 finale of Smallville when Clark, dumbass, got sent to the Phantom Zone because he was too stupid to do something simple as killing someone. Well, not simple, but, you know, he did something stupid and he ended up paying the price. But, yeah. All I failed to see. It was pretty big. It was pretty big. So, I'm pretty sure going into season 2, I had no worries whatsoever. I was so excited, and it didn't disappoint me at all. Although, one thing I will say, could have done without the whole Archer copycat thing. Like, I remember when I saw that, I'm like, oh god, Dark Knight reference, great. That's what we need. What we don't freaking need. Like, yeah. Is it possible to have another show without any Batman references? Now we're talking about Ra's al Ghul and his daughter showing up. Like, okay, he's kind of a universal villain. He's not only a Batman villain, although he is from the Batman universe. But he's one of those universal guys like Darkseid is, in a way. They got references to Solomon Grundy, references White or Bronze Tiger. I almost said White Tiger. Bronze Tiger, that China White lady. I don't see it. They could do without her. Hopefully Ro will become a Red Arrow. Fingers crossed. As long as they take their time. And of course Slade Wilson becoming Deathstroke. Finally he's in the present day. Like, it's about time. I didn't really give a crap about the Flash in the show. I'm like, ah, come on. There's nothing they can do with the Flash that they haven't already done with Smallville. I mean, it's gonna be a solo 2.5. Just watch. I mean, I have nothing to back that up right now, but of course, my history with Smallville. It's gonna be on the same network if it gets greenlighted. It's gonna be on the CW, just like Smallville was, at least during one of its seasons. And I guarantee it's gonna have the same budget. I mean, I just started watching that old Flash show. I can just tell it's a 90s show. I mean, all I have to do is look up on Netflix, guarantee I'll find it. But, yeah. All I can say is good luck to you, CW or whoever takes on the Flash show. Because you guys will work right out for you. Because they had a Black Canary in the Green Arrow show, and they did an interesting way of having her powers with the device, not the scream thing. They totally ruined her in Smallville, by the way. I couldn't stand that version of Black Canary. It was horrible. Which is exactly why I got worried. Like, okay, what are they gonna do with the Flash? How are they gonna have the Flash on a show that has no superpowers whatsoever? They had the same thing with Smallville, but eventually they got rid of that when those stupid writers left. But honestly, after that happened, well, Clark got with some stupid trench coat from the Matrix. Really not much of an improvement, if you ask me. But nonetheless, good show, and I definitely recommend it. You got a couple hours until the episode comes on this evening, followed by the Tomorrow People, and that's another show that I will go into detail about in another video. But for now, live long and prosper.